Hi! All journeys need to start somewhere. I'm Christoph, and my racing journey starts here for me in this video. I've been racing for the last couple of months in ACC and I finally feel I've reached a point where I'm competitive enough to start racing in LFM Rookie Series. So let's dig together into my license run and first two races, and its drama which you would expect for a rookie. I'll be glad for any feedback you might have and enjoy the journey with me. This season of LFM, the track for license run is Silverstone, track at which I haven't really driven that much, but I gave it a try for a few days before my license to at least have a chance. For those who are not familiar with LFM, you need to get 7 consecutive laps without any invalidations under some time limit. For my case, it was something around 2 minutes and 4 seconds. In my practice, I've been able to do times around 2 minutes 2 seconds, which should be enough to get me over the bar. After joining, I loaded my setup for Porsche 992 and went straight into it. I was able to do consistent laps between 201 and 202 without going over my limit, and I must say it felt great. I was even better than in practice. I still have some corners which I'm not happy with, mostly Beckett's and Brooklands. I'm not set in the braking points for these, and missing the line thus losing time in them. But I'm sure with more races and practice I can push the lap times even lower. I had so much fun in the run, I even did one more lap than I needed. Just enjoy the Porsche and all. And with that, I have my license. Now, just wait for the server to end and I can get racing in the LFM Rookie class. So, the week's Rookie class track was also Silverstone. What a coincidence. Which, as I was saying, I didn't really have much of a practice with. Especially race practice or even wet race knowledge. This is a bit of a foreshadowing. I was excited for my license run, and during the same evening I've booked into my first ever LFM race. What could go wrong, right? I thought. We got a clear weather race, and after a qualifying 7th, which is way higher than I anticipated, the nerves started to work. Once lights went green, everything went to chaos. We got cleanly through turn 1, but at turn 3 I got completely overwhelmed by everything, everybody, all the cars. Yeah, and I completely ignored the radar and that there was a car on the left of me. I should give him a space, but I made a contact and spun outside of the track. It was completely my fault and I should have given him space. Fortunately, he continued and I didn't collect anybody else on the way, so it was just my race, which I screwed over. But it didn't end for me there, because a few moments later there is a big commotion at Vale corner, where I nearly avoid collision with McLaren and gets bumped by not looking Audi. I think, great, my safety rating will plummet this race, and I get pretty frustrated. And during that, I nearly avoid dive bomb from our friend in Audi. After a lap, I'm still in the back of the pack, but starting slowly to catch up to McLaren's in front of me. I get a good run from the loop, and I have this genius idea to try to overtake in the N3. This wasn't a good move at all. If I'd wait till the straight or executed the line better, I'd probably overtake, but again, same as in the first lap, I don't give enough space and contact with McLaren, spinning, this time, both of us, ending in the wall and getting some damage. Next minutes are pretty much uneventful for me. The rest of the pack is in front, and playing around. I pick a few positions here and there from people spinning out, getting me to the 15th position. And then at lap 4, the final nail to the coffin happens. I notice the Ferrari getting back on the track, but it hides from my view behind the McLaren in front of me, and I pull out the most illogical move ever. Instead of going straight, I turn right to overtake both of them. But I didn't expect the Ferrari to be so slow, so I instantly chicken out and pull the car to the left to avoid collision, putting me to the final meeting with the barrier this race. Well, this is unsalvageable and undrivable, so I pull to pits, repair, and at least try to have a rest of the race clean. I nearly avoid the drama of the BMW and McLaren in front of me, and finally ending this disaster of a race, 18th place. For the second race that evening, I got raining conditions, which I didn't expect at all and didn't have any setup for that, but hopefully it will go better than the last race. After scrambling together some setup for wet, I speed up to qualifying to test out if it is even remotely close to something workable and find out how to drive on this track in wet. I found out these curbs are super slippery. I spin out a few times, and also that my tires start to overheat and go to 30 psi, which is way too high, but at least I have some data for adjustments before the race begins. I ended up 10th, again, not bad, first time in the rain on this track. My main goal for this race is to keep it as clean as possible to get my safety rating up. Again, the nerves start to work as we start. Once the first corner comes up, I get a bit squeezed by Porsche from the right and get my left wheels on the grass. This, in fact, I don't know at that point, so I press on the gas a bit and instantly spins out towards the traffic, collecting few cars and ending up on the opposite way of the track. Great. So, again, starting from the back, seems like a theme in my first races. It seems I'm not the only one struggling to keep the car on track, so I get a few places here and there and reach a small train on lap 3. But I brake late and slip in the corner once getting my wheels on the grass to lose them again. Next laps, I get pretty much clean, but my tires are overheating. I should have lowered the pressures even more from the qualifying, and those are slowly getting to me. It feels like ice tires on ice, and I start to slide almost everywhere on the track, spinning a few times in the last lap, which sets me at 18th place. But this time I get a little positive safety rating, so I don't go further into the pit, which is some improvement. Those could have gone better, but everybody needs to start somewhere, and I got a very valuable experience from them. First, I need to practice the tracks more before the race and include the wet practice as well to have at least some setup ready and know my braking points, etc. I can get nervous, almost the same as first time racing at ACC, but this will go away in a few races. I just need to go through it and get more confident. I already know that, I think it will get better. And I need to think a bit more before making tactical decisions in the race. Better safe than overconfident. But I'm sure this will improve in the next races in the rookie class. But overall though, I get pushed around, make mistakes and get some damage, I still will get a decent pace and lap times to drive till the end of the race. It's not always ups, but it's some downs as well, but I'm sure the races will be better and I'm looking forward to them. And if you want to see them as well and continue the journey with me, please subscribe to the channel down below. Thanks for watching and see you next time.